Was the bed inside an accidental discovery? The bed inside was, I don't know if you'd call it an accident, but it certainly was never meant to be a bed in the beginning. The fact that I was making these in my garage, being the genius that I was back then, I was using a big pair of scissors to cut the fabric because I had heard of this thing called a rotary cutter that was electric, but for some reason I did not think it would cut circles, which was crazy. But it turns out that making that mistake was probably the most important thing I've done in my business career, because by cutting with scissors, not only was it great for my forearm, but it was also very tiring, and it made me try to figure out a way to not cut the circles anymore. I knew I had to cut the circle for the outside pattern, but for the inside pattern, it occurred to me one day that maybe I could just do an oversized square. And if I made the square large enough, you wouldn't be able to tell that there was a square inside of that, inside of the circle. Now, why was I doing that? Well, because with the scissors being sharp, if you've ever cut wrapping paper before, I was able to just zoom across the fabric and not have to cut that circle on the inside liner. And so that was the only purpose of making the bed square, was so that I did not have to cut the circle on the inside liner. So one day I did it. I applied a little formula for putting a cube inside of a sphere, and I cut it. I sewed the thing together, put the foam inside of it, stuffed it inside. My friend at the time was there, and I said, "Can you tell there's a square inside that beanbag?" And she said no, and we high-fived, and I was like, woohoo! I have to cut 50% less circles now. So fast forward,